So I'm just going over another app for the BMW. I just scanned all these things, scan your airbags, transmission control, instrumentation, rain control, lights, heating, AC, park distance, I don't have that anyways, cruise control, all that shit. There's a lot of functions on this app. This version is the BMW Watt Light version. It says with the newer versions you can do some coding. With the older versions like the E46, apparently you can't. But if you want to like check your codes, like I already ran all mine, and it would give you trouble codes if anything was wrong. So far it's saying my car is good. Well, of course it's good. There's no fucking trouble lights on it. So this is another little app you could use with the Wi-Fi dongle right here that you can readily get off eBay for like fucking 10-20 bucks. Just to show you right here that the dash command even works with your BMW with the Wi-Fi dongle. It's pretty cool actually. Other things I bought for home is a Matco tool scraper and Matco cool picks, because picks always come in handy, and cheap picks never work because they bend, but these ones are really good. I like the Snap-on ones too, but the Snap-on guy doesn't seem to be coming around our shop anymore. The Matco guy comes every single week. The Snap-on guy has come once in 3 weeks, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. And I got a hella oil level sensor gonna put in, oil filter. Fucking let's do an engine flush. Alright, let's pour this shit in there just like it says. Alright, today is Sunday. Yesterday I worked, so today's my only day for being in the garage. I'm not going to get on to any projects in the 57 Chevy today. Going to work on the BMW. Got an oil sensor to change the oil because I change my oil every year, or 10,000 kilometers, whatever comes first. Also do a little bit of inspecting on the BMW since it's up in the air. I'll be able to fucking have a look at it, see if there's anything I'm gonna need to look at in the near future besides for fucking rear springs. Might also get some Power Flex sway bushings put in today, not too sure. But let's start this video off talking about safety, and this is a fucking big one for me. And the first thing about safety is, now that it's winter time in Canada, most people pretty much got their winter tires put on. And one thing, like, shops are super busy right now, so anybody who's offering to put winter tires on you, fucking don't trust them. Because at my last place of work this past week, a girl that I used to work with contacted me and she said there's something wrong. I think the engine's knocking or something. The car's making some weird noise. Do you think you can stop by and check it out? I said, you know, as soon as I'm done work, I'll drive by there and I'll check your car out for you. So I checked it out. I said, the problem is not with the engine knocking. I said, there's something wrong. There's might be a control arm, might be a ball joint. I said, let's take it for a rip in the parking lot. And you could hear it. You could hear this fucking thudding noise, like doof, 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 doof. So try to source it out. Looking underneath, looking for the obvious, right? The obvious signs. And then I said, why don't you back up in the parking lot and drive towards me and see if I could hear where it's coming from. When she's driving towards me, her fucking front tire was going like, I told her to stop, so I walk over there and I grabbed the lug nuts on the tires and I just gently fucking could spin them off. 2 of them were almost at the verge of falling off and 2 of them were semi-tight, I guess you could say. But she said that she had some guy come by and put the tires on for her, and I said, holy fuck. I said, are you kidding me? And she said, yeah, the guy didn't even know what the actual torque specs were supposed to be. I'm like, holy fuck. So I went around, I tightened all of her fucking lugs up. You know, some of them were getting kind of fucking loose. I said, check them again in 100 kilometers. Alright, since we're doing an engine flush on the BMW, a guy from work who's pretty smart when it comes to motors and stuff, and he was saying he's had a problem with sticking lifters and shit like that in the past. What he does is he buys cheap oil and a filter, and he drains his oil and he adds a cup of diesel fuel to it, and then he drives the vehicle for like 200 kilometers, and he swears the diesel fuel actually does a really good job of cleaning the engine. He swears it cleans it better than these engine flushes, better than putting tranny oil in there. I've never tried it, but just putting it out there, see if anybody else has heard of that or done that. Anybody in their BMW or any other vehicle that has the iPhone, iPod plug-in, Especially when you bought it before the new iPhone 5 came out. I guess there's an iPhone 6 now, but anyways, the new iPhone cable came out. They had these old ones, and then when you convert it to the iPhone 5, generic cables do not work. I got a bunch of like generic cables there that I tried throughout the years, and especially on the dice, it would not communicate with the system. So last night I had to spend $47 and get a genuine Apple cable just for that reason, so I could use it again. So I'll show you. So I got it plugged in right now, and it's playing through the screen, and I could change it like that. So now it's saying Mother by Danzig, just to prove to you guys. Come back to me, wherever the fuck thing's at. It should actually come up there. See, with the iPhone 5, you have to use a genuine Apple cable. So now let's go outside while this is idling and go to my F-150 with the Alpine stereo and see if it works in there. Yes, it fucking works. After screwing around with no-name cables, trying to get something to work, I should have just spent the money all along. As you can see right there. Fuck Amanda Marshall, what the fuck? Counting Crows. It's Billy Talent. Fucking Motley Crue. Yeah, fuck, finally. I should have actually pissed around with this sooner, but it wasn't such a big deal. But I'm happy now that I can utilize my iPhone 5 with music in the vehicles again. In my Jeep it worked. I could still connect it with no-name cable in the Jeep, and the Pioneer stereo works, but the Alpine and the Dice for some reason just would not work. Well, I'm not going to be laying on the ice, so I'm going to throw that tarp down and drive her up on the ramp so I'm not laying and getting cold. Well, I'll still get cold, but I'm not going to get wet. Another 5 more minutes and we'll drive her up on the ramps and dump the oil. Even with it being pure ice, the BMW is able to drive up on the ramps with all-wheel drive. Fuck man, this all-wheel drive in the Beamers is very impressive. Let's get that oil changed now. Okay, I'm just swapping out the oil level sender because I'm getting sick and tired of fucking the flashing yellow every time I start it. Years ago I put this cheap China one in before I learned my lesson that cheap parts don't mix. Now I got a fucking brand name Hella. I'm not screwing around with fucking no-name parts anymore. Slap this bitch in. Well, I was going to install these PowerFlex sway bar bushings today while I was doing a service in the BMW, but it's going to take a little bit more work to try to get it past this plastic, and we all know what BMW plastic is like in the wintertime, so I'm going to save this project till fucking spring, summertime when it's warmer out. Well, I got the oil and that changed in BMW. That's all ready for the wintertime now, and now... So let's build this engine stand. I got 1,250 pound engine stand. Because this one here is a sorry looking motherfucker. It looks like it's about to fucking snap in half. So let's get that outside. I'm just going to run the generator for shits and giggles for a couple hours. And I'm going to be out in the garage doing this. Fucking get some gas burning through her. And yeah, it's fucking beer time now. Alright, we're going to talk about the second part of safety here. And my friend came over last night, she left in tears, and she's not really talking to me anymore because I got fucking mad at her. I'm going to tell you the whole story. Probably about 4 months ago, one of her headlights burnt out, and she has a 2007 Volkswagen Rabbit, whatever. And when one of your lights burns out, it tells you in the dash that, you know, a little light symbol comes on, tells you that you got a bulb out. And I've been telling her for months, fucking buy the bulbs, get them, and I'll change them out. Or, you know, just get the bulbs and do whatever you need to change the fucking headlight. So last night she comes over to my house because we had plans to go out and go to the pub, grab something to eat, and we're fucking driving. I'm like, why is your car so dark? Are your fucking lights on? She goes, yeah, they're on. I said, no, they're not. There's no fucking headlights. So we get to where we're going, and sure enough, both headlights are fucking burnt out. And I'm like, why haven't you got that fucking changed? Well, I didn't know it burnt out. And I said, you fucking knew for 4 months that one of them was burnt out, so why didn't you get a bulb? Oh, it's a mistake, it's a mistake. It's not a fucking mistake. You fucking know better. What the fuck are you doing? I have no respect for people who fucking purposely put other people in danger. So I said, you're gonna have to drive with your fucking brights on so people know that you're there. And she refused to drive with her brights on because she didn't want to drive with her brights on, but she thought it was okay to drive her car in the fucking dark. And the car pulls out and almost fucking hits us, and I fucking lost it on. I said, you fucking retard. I said, you're endangering my safety, and you're endangering other people's safety, all because you're too fucking lazy to change your fucking lights. One burnt out like 4 fucking months ago. And she's like all broke down in tears. I said, you got no one to blame but your fucking self. You know, some people might think I'm being a little too harsh, but I don't give a fuck. When it comes to safety for fucking cars and stuff, I have no respect for anybody who fucking does not have their vehicle safe. I keep my vehicles at pretty much tip-top shape at all times. If something's wrong with them, I fucking park them until I can get it fixed. That's why I got fucking 3 vehicles, because something's always going wrong with fucking something. I don't want to hear any fucking excuses, because I've had a class 1 license since I was early 20s when I was working oil and fucking gas. And when you have a class 1 license, everything's to the fucking buck. Everything's about safety. There's no fucking around this and that. And I get sick and tired of people driving the roads without their fucking lights on. Or, you know, they got a tire that's pretty much flat. Or their fucking window's so smashed up that you can't even see. Or, you know, their gasket's blowing or something and it's fucking leaving so much smoke behind that you can't even see. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It fucking just pisses me off. People in unsafe vehicles fucking piss me off. Alright, now it's 2 degrees in the garage. Got the generator going. Little heater's fired up. Let's see how hot it gets in here before I get the stand all set up. So I'll show you guys right now why in the wintertime it's so expensive to heat my garage. My garage door faces north. In the wintertime, the wind comes from the north and it pushes on this door. And with the wheel track set up and everything else, so when the wind blows on it, it kind of pushes the door in. It creates that big gap as the wind blows on it. So the furnace never really stops going. So that's one of the reasons why. I looked at other ideas, you know, looking at like a different track system or something. But basically, I haven't come up with a solution that would be able to compensate for the wind blowing on the door and breaking that seal. Well, let's get this bad boy assembled. Fucking rights, then more beer. This shit show right here. Who did the fucking quality control on this engine stand? Holy fuck. Really? Well, I just finished pretending I was a welder and die grinded those fucking holes out because, you know, quality control on the Princess Auto engine stand's fucking pile of shit. You mean, it's not that hard. When you fucking manufacture something, if holes don't line up, you shouldn't be fucking sending it out to sell. So, you know, what happened if the average person bought this and they'd be fucking around because, I mean, you could just easily try to fucking drill it out, but drill's gonna be catching, Buddy's gonna get pissed off. He's gonna take a sledgehammer and fucking smash it to shit and take it back and fucking call the salesperson or the clerk at the till all fucking names because he's pissed off because it's a piece of shit. Fucking Princess Auto fucking piece of shit. Alright, I just finished greasing the shit out of that tube. So when I put this in there, when I go to turn it, it'll hopefully spin a little bit easier. Well, I got it all assembled, so let's get the engine hoist, lift this engine up, and transfer it over to there. I've had the generator running for almost an hour and it's 8 degrees inside, so a little fucking heater pumps out, and that's the new engine stand. Way better than that fucking blue one. So overall, in the end, I'm pretty satisfied with this engine stand. It's nice and high. You can work on it standing up, which is a bonus. You don't have to be hunched over. Doesn't seem to be leaning like the other one. So it's even got that little gate tray at the back to put nuts and bolts on. That's a bonus. So pretty soon we're going to start stripping down that engine and doing a whole shitload of other stuff still. Alright, this brings us to the end of the video. So if you live in the Calgary area and you want a free engine stand for, I don't know what, maybe put a fucking Skidoo engine on it or a little wee foreign engine, something that's light, because it's a little light duty, I think. It's a little light duty. I've had my Jeep engine on it. I've had that 350 on. And I personally think it's a little on the fucking weak side, but you can modify it up and fucking do whatever you want with it. So anyways, yeah. So if you live in the area and you want that piece of shit, send me a message and we'll arrange for you to pick it up. Otherwise it's fucking beer time. So do you guys think I'm being a little bit harsh on my friend? Because why do we have fucking 2 headlights in your vehicle for? Is it A, you have 2 lights because If one burns out, you have another one. Is that the reason why? Our headlights are optional. You don't need them to fucking drive. Anyways, I'm going to leave my video at that. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Let's fucking have a cold one.